Green light. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Oh, did you wake up to that snow today? That was pretty cool. Um, Mother's Day snow. It's kind of wild. My name is Amy, and this is our little prelude to class. And if you guys have any questions, you can just kind of type them in. I'd love to answer any of your questions or concerns during these. Let's see, we got 3 minutes until class starts. I'll do my little spiel, my usual spiel about Mystic Fitness and what we're doing. Um, the governor has said that May 18th is a time when he may allow some small businesses to open. My notion is that that won't include, first of all, we don't even know if it's going to be on May 18th. That may get bumped further down the month or to June. Second of all, I don't imagine that yoga studios and gyms will be in that first wave of businesses that are allowed to reopen. Um, that being said, um, I can't give you guys any sort of a date for Mystic Fitness. We're just going to do what's right. We're going to follow protocol, of course, for reopening. Um, I guess the governor will probably reopen in phases. Ours would likely be a second or third phase of businesses that are allowed to reopen. Once reopening does occur, whenever that might be, um, Mystic Fitness then will also implement phases of what we're doing at the facility. So, for instance, phase one at Mystic could look something like limited class sizes. Every single student would be 6 feet apart in our practice room. Limited class times that are not close together. No mingling in the retail area. Students would just come in, take the class, and then leave. No showers. Um, Possibly practicing with masks on. No blocks, no straps, no mats. So if you guys are enjoying your home practices, now is a good time to invest in a mat, a strap, a block of your own. Face cloths, towels, we won't be supplying those. So it's going to look pretty different. And my guess too is that it would be pre-registration only for all classes, and likely um, phase one of our opening would be give priority to the EFT members who have not canceled their memberships during this period of closure. So we are working on all kinds of protocol. We definitely want to reopen very, very badly, but we're going to be patient. We're going to do it right. We're going to do it safely. Um, and we don't know when that'll be, but we're definitely putting things into action or a plan. We're definitely working hard to make a plan. I just want to see if any of these are all good mornings. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Karina. So if you have any questions about reopening, we're going to be sending out an email probably this week to just prepare you guys for the future. But we are definitely reopening at some point and so excited about it. I hope you're enjoying our live stream. In the meantime, what you can do for us, not that you haven't done so much already, um, but if you like our live streams, please share them. The number one way to really build our virtual studio is if you guys share what we're doing. And as you know, it is free. So please, we just want to get yoga out there. It's so valuable. Everybody's saying the number one thing you can do during this quarantine is keep yourself healthy physically by eating right, sleeping enough, getting plenty of exercise. Put yourself on a routine. So for myself and for Kelly, this routine has been invaluable. We're up every single morning at 7 a.m. We get here at 8 a.m. I can't be more thankful for being on such a routine, and this is 7 days a week. And this routine sets my whole week up. Um, just gets me out of any doldrums and right into a productive, industrious, communicative day. So keep communicating with us, guys. We love you very much. And let's see, it's almost time for power. I have about 30 seconds. These are the beautiful Mary Beth masks. I am so proud to be part of this movement, right, Kelly? I mean, this is the best thing that we could have hooked up with. First of all, to have an instructor who's devoting literally 10, 12 hours a day to this movement. She just created a Facebook group called MB's Mask Buddies. Okay, so jump onto that Facebook group, show them some love, show them your masks that you're wearing, put a picture up there. Anyone can join the group, and maybe even become a member of the Mask Buddies and do some deliveries or sewing or whatever it is. Let's join together. So we're super proud to be able to do this. And of course, if you do a Venmo donation or a donation by check, we send you or deliver these masks. So thanks for that. We've raised a lot of money to help us through this hard time, and I really appreciate it. Maybe we'll have some extra money that we can give away to charities too, which is our ultimate goal. Um, so it's not just about us, guys. Secondly, what else, Kelly? Anything else on the say that? Oh yeah, of course, the YouTube channel. So please subscribe to YouTube for us. So we need about 1,000 subscribers before we can add little commercials and monetize. And that's kind of what we'd like to do because that would be a really nice little stream of income for Mystic if we get there. It's also just a brilliant channel. You'll get bright tutorials by yours truly, by Kelly. I guess is that yours truly? Like yours truly would be me, right? You're truly. I don't know how you would say that. So Kelly's got some awesome tutorials on there, and our beautiful Deba and the other Kelly, Kelly Spencer. Those guys are all on there. So our skeleton crew of quarantine workers are on the YouTube channel, and just show them some love because those videos are so awesome, and I watch them all the time. Instagram as well. We got a check yesterday from a student who just loves our Instagram streams. So thanks a million. Keep this social media going. And I'm going to dictate. Kelly's going to perform. And I hope you have a fantastic practice. All right, let's begin, my loves. Let's begin. And we're going to begin seated just the way Kelly is. I'm going to move to the side and let's start our grounding. So sitting up nice and tall, start connecting with your breath here. And if there are family members or children around you, some folks practice next to their animals. Feel the energy. Feel the strength and power and healing of your breath. Connect to it. I think for me, the hardest thing each day is waking up with hope. You know, my inspired feelings are kind of shut down a little bit with these little arrows that are drenched with anxiety. But if you really tune into your breath, it might help us transcend from those anxious feelings. The Hindus believe that to be in breath is the same thing as to be in spirit. So when you are in breath, breathe in. You are in spirit. And when you're in spirit, You are inspired. So when you wake up a little hopeless on any random day, breathe deeply and let inspiration take over the hopelessness. Let's all try that. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll begin our practice together with the single sound of Om. So please, one more inspiring breath in and out all together collectively. The next breath in will be followed by Om. Inhale. Om. Okay. Enjoy your practice, everybody. Have a blast. Let's have some fun. Let's move our bodies. Take this to whatever level makes sense for you. Push, but don't push too hard. Okay. And thank you, Charlie and Maureen. They just subscribed to YouTube. So thanks a million. All right, here we go. Kelly, you want to stretch those wrists? So pick up those arms, raise them, circling at your wrist, twisting the fingers. So it's almost like I used to always go to Karun in West Newton. It was an Armenian restaurant, and Thursday and Friday and Saturday nights they had live belly dancers, right? So that's kind of, and they had little castanets in their hands, and that's sort of what you want to pretend that you're doing. Just twist your arms and your wrists and open and close your fingers and go ahead and clack those castanets, be colorful here. Don't be afraid to color your body. And let's move the shoulders. So we're going to roll shoulders up and we'll roll shoulders down and just move them around. Circle your head around. So loosening the muscles in your neck. Beautiful. And then circle sweeping your arms up nice and high. Breathe in and reach up out of that lower back. Float your left hand down to the ground and the right arm reaches up for a sweet little side bend. And as you take the other side, you can either sweep both arms up and reach over to the other side, or you can start walking your hands in front of you to get to the other side. Just go from left to right at your pace. And of course, you're sitting however is comfortable for you. Kelly is sitting lotus position or cross-legged. But if that's not good for you, you can stretch your legs out in front of you or you can sit hips on heels. So you find what's going to work for you. Good. And let's land with arms in front of us and just take a very loose kind of forward bend here. So nothing too deep. We're not warmed up enough, but you can just forward fold. Breathe in and out. Good. Planting hands on the floor, we'll bring knees behind us, coming to tabletop position. A beautiful way to start a power practice. Loosening our spines here. We inhale, we arch the spine. We exhale, we round and tuck. And go ahead, alternating between arching and rounding. And explore your movement, explore your body. Explore the thoughts that pass through your mind as you move this way, how connected everything is. And we'll expand our range of motion, so spreading the hands a little wider and the knees a little wider apart. Just start circling in one direction. Yep. And changing that direction. Good. And then landing in your tabletop with shoulders above wrists and hips above our knees. And this time I want you to really focus on the straightness of your back. So let's come to what's called a neutral spine. That means a flat back, so no arching, no rounding. Use your belly muscles. Pull your belly in nice and deeply towards your back. Extend your right leg back behind you. Now, two options here. You can keep your toes on the floor, or a more challenging option would be to raise the leg, keeping it straight and flexing that foot, engaging all of the muscles in that right leg. Okay, make sure that belly is taut, pulling firmly towards your back. Here we go, guys. Left arm lifts up if that's available to you. All right, stretching the limbs. So stretch the arm and leg apart, inhaling, and exhale, we tuck under, elbow to knee. Inhale, we stretch, and exhale, we tuck. We're doing 10 of these. There's 8 more to go. Stretch and tuck. Stretch and tuck. Stretch and tuck. 5 more. Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Let's keep the stretch out. So we're going to keep the left arm extended and the right leg extended, holding this in place. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale, exhale, and release. Put your knee on the floor and put your hand back on the floor and take any movements that are calling your name. So rolling or shaking out your arms, whatever makes sense. And then restoring your place back in the tabletop proper. That means a flat back, no arching, no rounding. Good. This time the left leg extends out and back so you can stretch it back there. Option to have toes on the floor or elevate the leg, and you're going to really feel that in your buttock. Okay, that left glute is going to be very, very charged up to help float that leg. And make the leg strong, okay? It'll float a lot easier if you really extend the leg and use the leg muscles. Right arm extends out. Good. Inhale, stretch those limbs apart. Exhale, tucking under, elbow to knee. Here we go. 9, elbow to knee. 8, elbow to knee. 7, elbow to knee. 6, elbow to knee. 5, elbow to knee. 4, you got it. 3, 2, and 1. We hold that extension if possible. Feel it. 2 breaths here, please. Inhaling. And 1 more. Inhale. You guys are great. Release the leg, release the hand. Take any movements that are calling your name here. Maybe some forward and back into child's pose and upward facing dog, or maybe just circling the body, maybe waggling your tail in tabletop. This stuff's super important. Just these movements on our hands and knees. And we can really navigate our alignment in tabletop too. It's a lot easier to work on your alignment and really concentrate on proper alignment with both knees and both hands on the floor, tabletop proper. Good. Should we turn our wrists in, Kelly? You want to try that? We'll stretch our forearms and point your fingertips to your knees. So this is a really beautiful way to stretch your forearms. And it's intense when you pull your hips back down on your heels, but you can kind of regulate the level of intensity. You can lean forward, and that's going to appease some of the pressure in those forearms and wrists. So this is a really nice kind of, if you're working at a desk at a computer, um, if you use your hands a lot to play guitar or to sew or to cook or any activity with the hands, you kind of want to make sure that you give those forearms and wrists a nice little stretch as well. Okay. Yeah, shake them out for sure. Okay, and here we go. Tuck your toes under, lift up your hips, raise those knees, downward facing dog. Let your head hang nice and heavy. So we're going to just soften our neck muscles, loosen. Let your 9-pound head hang heavy. Walk in place. So we call this either pedaling back or walking your dog. Okay, just creating some movement in the legs. Let's get the sciatic nerves kind of nice and juiced up and ready for action here. Okay, and we'll prepare for flight. We'll bend our knees and look forward. And good. Walk or hop your feet to meet your hands. Nice. Coming into your halfway lift position with your hands on shins, crown of head pulls forward. Beautiful. And exhale, forward fold, drop back down. Knees can be bent here. Okay. Try that again. Inhaling flat back, your halfway lift. And exhale, forward folding. And Kelly dissected Sun Salutation A yesterday or 2 days ago in a YouTube video, a short 5-minute one, which you really should study because it gives you all of the proper technique for your sun salutations. Here we go, guys. Inhale, circle, sweep up high, rise up vertebra by vertebra. Arms lift up high to the sky. And then I always take a grounding step here. So hands come into prayer and they meet at your heart. And this is a restorative, inspiring breath in and a breath out. Okay, it's also a launching pad for the next posture. In this case, we're taking it back down. Inhale, circle sweep, arms up high. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Inhaling flat back. Hop, skip, jump, or walk back to a high plank. We're going to hold that plank. Okay, so this holding your plank is an ab exercise. Jen Bowman just wrote me, please, 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 abs today. Big abs, she wrote. Okay, Jen, you got your wish. I'm going to give it to you. Yeah, thanks, Jen. That's right. Okay. Blame it on Jen. I love it. I absolutely love the interaction. Please, guys, we want to know what you want. This is all about all of us. Okay. So just holding a plank the way Kelly's holding it, it requires so much strength in the abs. Belly draws in toward the spine. You can see her shoulders are lined up right above her wrists. The legs must be engaged here. So squeeze those leg muscles. What we're going to do here is just roll back and forth on the toes. Okay. So forward and back. And forward and back. And now that might seem easy for you, but let me ask you this. Are your hips staying level with your shoulders? Okay, so that's the key when you're in that plank, that moving plank or rolling plank. You can see Kelly's hips are at the exact same level as her shoulders, and that's what you want to work toward. Okay. And we'll chaturanga. Roll forward on the toes, bending at the elbows. Elbows hug the sides of the body. You can see Kelly dropped her knees first, which is a beautiful way to implement chaturanga, and it's optional. Inhale into upward facing dog, and you squeeze the butt cheeks in up dog. Okay, that's going to activate that core. Up dog requires lower core activation. Good. And then flipping your feet and tucking your toes, downward facing dog. Okay. Susie Gilfix doubles the ab vote. She says, love the idea. Thanks, Jen. So that's pretty cool. You guys are being interactive. I appreciate it. Walk your dog, bending one knee at a time. Pressing one heel at a time down into the ground. One more Sun Sal A, okay? A little faster. Prepare for flight, bend your knees, look forward. Hop, skip, jump, or walk your feet to meet your hands. Inhaling flat back, the halfway lift. And exhale, please, forward fold. One more time. Flat back, forward fold. Inhale, circle, sweep your arms up nice and high. Reach up out of the waist. We'll pull our prayer hands to our heart center for a grounding inhale and exhale. Inhale, circle, sweep, rise. And exhale, forward fold down. Hands on the ground, inhaling flat back. Hop, skip, jump, or walk back to that high plank. We're going to hold the plank. Okay, this is ab exercises in disguise, really. Anytime you plank, it's all about your abs. Now, if planking's not for you, bring your knees down. Tabletop will do just as good well. Okay, and we're holding that plank and we're going to roll forward and backward over those toes. And if you're in tabletop, you can do it with knees on the floor. It is still an extraordinarily valuable ab workout. Forward and back, forward and back. Make sure you are applying breath to this movement. Good. And then rolling forward on the toes, bending at the elbows. Here's your low plank. Inhaling to upward facing dog. Beautiful. Exhaling, flipping your feet, tucking your toes, downward facing dog. Guys, take your big breath in and your breath out. Once more for me, a big breath in. Let it go with your ah. Okay, right leg up in the air. So please extend your right leg. Carefully place your foot between your hands. So this is a careful placement, preparing for a lunge position. What I'd love for you to really experience in that lunge is the drawing together of the insides of your thighs, okay? So kind of scissoring those thighs toward one another and almost scrunching the mat up in the process, the strength of the feet scrunching that mat up. Not really, but that's what it should feel like you're trying to do. Now, Kelly's put blocks underneath her hands. I love doing runner's lunge with the blocks. It brings the floor closer to your hands. And again, it's a really good time to invest in some blocks um, for your home practice. And if you'd rather us deliver a couple of blocks to you instead of masks or in addition to masks, just let us know on your Venmo. We have a lot of blocks that we can certainly give you. All right. So they're old, they're used, but we won't be using them anymore. So we'd rather bring them home to you for your home practice. All right. This is your beautiful runner's lunge position. Now, if you feel strong enough in the legs, okay, scissoring those inner thighs toward one another, you should be able then to pull your arms back, pointing the fingertips behind you. And the crown of the head pulls forward. And this is a really beautiful posture, very, very powerful. It gets even more powerful when you extend your arm forward. So it would be the left arm forward. It's the arm that's opposite the leading leg. Okay, and this is called Thunderbolt, and I absolutely love this Thunderbolt position. From it, you can transition to Warrior Two by propelling your arms and rolling your back heel down into a Warrior Two position. In Warrior Two, the hips are now open to your monitor, so you should be able to kind of see Kelly's positioning, her alignment. She's not, as she says, always sassing those hips. Instead, she is keeping them below her rib cage. Okay. And I think slightly pressing them forward. Is that true, Kelly? Yeah. And relaxing the shoulders and pulling arms apart. So this is a beautiful Warrior Two position. Breathe. We're going to hold this. Okay. What I'd like you to try to do is lift your shoulders up and then down. And then rotate your arms. Okay, so just roll the arms. Make little fists with the hands and you can just circle at your wrists. One direction and then the other direction. Warrior Two pose. Good. We'll do dancing warrior here. So breathe in and reverse your warrior. Good. We'll breathe out and bring it into extended side angle lunge position. Inhale, reversing the warrior. And exhaling, extended side angle lunge position. One more time in the extended side angle lunge position. Good. Now, if you're in extended side angle lunge, take this into a bent knee triangle. So you're just going to reach that right arm a little bit lower if possible. Taking a half bind. So the left arm that's in the air, just bind it behind your back. Maybe look up to the sky if you can. You feel that nice stretch in the chest when you do that, spiraling your rib cage. Breathe. Good. And then please return it into your reversed warrior position. We'll propel our arms down, we'll roll our back heel up and sweep our front leg back, downward facing dog. So just returning to your down dog and pedaling back and pressing one heel at a time into the ground, breathing in and breathing out. Please raise your left leg up nice and high, so reach that leg and then carefully placing it in between your hands, coming to your runner's lunge position. We spent some time here in runner's lunge so you can hold on to those blocks, pulling your thighs toward one another, breathing in and out. Good. Drawing your arms back, finding the airplane lunge position, and really putting all the responsibility for your balance into the insides of your thighs. Keep that lunge strong, students. Thunderbolt, right arm extends forward. Good. And if there's ever a time you're feeling weak, get up off your chair, do a thunderbolt, and you will feel all the powerful energy that lives inside you. This is such a powerful posture. Transitioning to second warrior by peeling bringing the back heel down and extending those arms. Thank you. So this is warrior 2 on the left side. We'll play with our shoulders again, so raise them up and down. Rotate your arms and make little fists and circle those wrists and hands. So just play with that. And we'll dance a little bit, right? So palms facing the ceiling. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhaling, extended side angle lunge. Twice more, please. Inhale, reverse. And extend. And one more time, reversing. And extending. And in that extension, coming to a more of a bent knee triangle by lowering that lower hand closer to your toes. And then taking your upper arm for a half bind behind you. And what this does, well, it'll help spiral the rib cage more towards your ceiling, opening up your chest and your shoulder. And again, stretching out those chest muscles, super important so that we don't develop the hunchback as we age. Give this some breath. Good. And then reverse your warrior, breathe in, reverse. We will propel our arms down, roll the back heel up, sweep the front leg back, landing together in downward facing dog. Take your big breath in and your breath out. One more time, big breath in and breath out. Out of curiosity, Kelly, do you know how to do burpees? Bending the knees, look forward, hop, skip, jump, or walk, feet to meet your hands. Okay, rise all the way up, inhale. Here's your burpee session. Exhale down. Inhaling flat back, hop into that plank. Downward facing dog. Look forward, bend your knees, hop, skip, jump, or walk. Inhale, rising all the way up. So these are your burpees, yoga style. Forward fold, hands on the ground, flat back. Hop, skip, jump, or walk back to that high plank. Downward facing dog. Look forward, bend your knees, hop, skip, jump, or walk. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back, inhaling, hop, skip, jump, walk, back to that high plank to downward facing dog, look forward, bend the knees. So let's all take our burpees as fast as you can. We're going to fire up here. Rise it up and lower down. flat back, hop, skip, jump, or walk. Down dog. Look forward, bend the knees, hop, skip, jump, or walk. Raise it up, lower it down, hands on the ground, take your burpees. Students, you go your pace. Let's try for 5 more. 5, 4, some of you are doing double time, I know. 3, 2, yeah, isn't that great? And 1. So super great burpee workout there. And we meet each other in our downward facing dog. How do you guys feel? Is everybody okay? You loving it? Are you fired up a little bit? Walk your dog, bending one knee at a time, pressing one heel at a time into the ground, breathing in and out. Balancing. Look forward, bend your knees, hop, skip, jump, or walk your feet to meet your hands. Good. Inhaling flat back with hands on the shins and exhale forward folding. Reaching all the way up. Breathe in. This is where we ground. Prayer hands come to your heart center. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay. Weight's going to go into the left leg. Please bring your right thigh up. You'll interlace all 10 fingers around your right shin. So this is a good old runner's exercise here. Keeping that standing leg strong. Make sure that left thigh muscle is drawing in and up. Squeeze it firmly as you pull your right thigh towards your chest. No shoulders, no neck in here. Relax shoulders and neck. I want you to rely on your core strength to keep that leg up. Breathe deeply into this. This is great. Oh, Caitlin, thank you. Love the burpee section. Kelly, you're crushing it, she says. How wonderful is that? I love this. All right. From your standing knee position, so runners, please take note. You definitely want to do standing knee every single day to strengthen the glutes, okay? But standing knee can be transitioned into a beautiful yoga posture called Nataraja, dancing Shiva. And Raja is the king, male is the dancer king position, as opposed to our traditional dancer. So here's your dancer king. Shiva is your male energy. Shakti is your female energy. So dancing Shiva is all about your male energy. Think about that when you do this posture. Dancer types are welcome to hold on to their toe and to extend the leg. Thank you, Natalie. Natalie writes that she misses us. Yeah. Okay. Bring it back to the standing knee with your hands around your shin. Give that leg one more good squeeze. Okay, and release the leg, please. Shall we try the other side? So weight goes into the right leg and we lift the left, please. Is that the wind? So we're hearing like all these creaky noises in our studio, like our door just opened. And I guess it's a powerful wind out there. Mm. We're hearing weird things in our ceiling too. I hope it doesn't take the furnace away. The furnace is in our ceiling. Okay. Opening up, please, to dancing Shiva position. Breathe. Yeah, we're keeping the machinery really well oiled for all you guys. The heat's going to be better than ever when you return. So we're really taking great care of the studio. Feed this some breath. Okay. And then bringing it back to the standing knee position. and releasing gently down. Now the other edge side of that is again a runner's exercise. So with the weight in the left leg, bring your right foot behind you and let's just grab the right ankle behind us. Okay, and you always see runners doing this before a race or before a run. It's a fabulous way to stretch your thigh muscle and your hip flexor, and also to help you with balance. This is a balancing posture. And if you can reach both hands behind you, I encourage you to use both hands because that's going to then stretch your chest open too. And I'm a big fan of opening that chest, stretching those chest muscles. Breathe. Press your heel toward your buttock. Okay. Also, this is a great posture to do before you do Dhanurasana, your traditional dancer pose. All right, students, switch out your legs. So releasing that leg, please take the other one. Breathe into this. Good. And release. Shake out your limbs. Okay, and we'll go into traditional dancer position. Circle sweeping your arms up high. Inhale, stretch out your body long and create good alignment. And bring your right palm out to the right side if you reach back for your right foot or ankle from behind. So you see how that thigh and hip flexor stretch really helps prepare you for this dancer position. Okay, hinging on the standing leg, the hip of the standing leg. Let us kick up and reach forward. And if you need to look at your monitor, please do. Breathe. Two more breaths. Good. And dancer release. Come out carefully the opposite way you came in. We'll try the other side. So breathing in, circle sweep high. And this time the left palm comes out to the left and we reach back behind us for the inside of our left foot or ankle. Okay, and hinging on the standing leg, the hip of the standing leg, dancer position. And you see there's almost that thunderbolt element to dancer. You know, I'm watching Kelly and it just reminds me of that same electricity that we find when we do the thunderbolt. This is a little harder though, isn't it? One more breath. And gently releasing out. Okay, shaking out the limbs. Go ahead, take the coat sleeves. Good. Take a drink. We're going to take it down, guys. You ready for some abs? All right. I know Saturday morning crew is so hardcore. They're actually thanking us for the burpees. Go figure it. All right, guys. You can take a slow vinyasa down if you want, or take a few more burpees. It's totally your call. How much fire do you want? You guys know how to do this. Where I'd love for us to land is, well, obviously we'll land probably in a down dog or a plank, but I do want you guys to roll over onto your backs and find a good place. Um, this is where we're going to take our abs, so on our backs. Okay. And we'll bend our knees and just give yourself a good squeeze and a good hug. And we'll do my favorite guy, my Jack LaLanne bicycles. Okay, these are so user friendly and they're so great for the body. And I can tell you a real good way to do them. Okay, to prevent any type of injury. So we start with knees above the hips. And then extend the left leg straight. And ideally, that leg is just a couple of inches off the floor. So lower it if you can, and if not, keep it higher. So you gauge that. Hands are behind the base of the skull, and we use our core muscles to raise the upper back. Okay, so please do not strain through your neck or chin or shoulders. Use your core to raise that upper back. You can bring your opposite elbow now, bringing in the oblique action, okay, and twisting a little bit, opposite elbow to opposite knee. And these are your bicycles, okay? Hopefully you've got a radio on or Pandora or your favorite CD or your favorite artist and just blast them in the background and go and take some of these bicycles. For licensing reasons, we're not allowed to play music on our live streams. We have the license, the ASCAP license to play music in the studio, but not on our live streams. So I hope that you guys are just playing your favorite music in the world. I will. My favorite album right now that I'm totally hooked on is Lily Hyatt's 2017 album called Trinity Lane. And it's fantastic and it's all high energy and it's beautiful stuff. And Trinity Lane would be a great album to do some ab work to. Here we go. We got 10 more, Kelly. How do you feel? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Stretch out nice and long. And Lily Hyatt was the last artist I saw live before this all happened at the Narrows in Fall River. Can't wait to support our artists again once this is all over. First thing I'm going to do. They canceled Newport, so no Newport Folk Festival this summer for me. They canceled the 4th of July. The fireworks. The fireworks are all canceled. Okay, we're going to make our own fireworks. Bend your knees, give yourself a hug, squeeze. Here we go. Just stay active, everybody. Stay active. Hands behind your head. Push the heels up in the air. Straighten out those legs. Okay. We're going to raise our upper backs 2 inches off the floor. So core power for that. And now we drop one leg at a time, keeping each leg straight as we go. And this is scissoring the straight legs. Again, blast your music. Have some fun with this. If it's nicer for you, you can bend the knees and tap a toe. So look at Kelly demonstrating that. You are poetry, Kelly. Your movement is just pure poetry. So options here, straightening the legs and or bending knees and toe tapping. All right, this is really cool stuff. Blast your song, tap your toes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Kelly, you're crushing it. That's what they're saying. So go ahead and give yourself a hug and bend those knees and squeeze. And placing your feet up in the air one more time for me. Hands on the floor at the sides, okay? And what we're going to do here is just pulse your tushy off the floor. So slow and steady pulses. And look at your monitor, look at the form here. Look at Kelly's form. And sometimes what I like to do in class is then I have the students take a block and we put that block on our feet. And watch this. She's going to pulse without dropping that block. And if you have a soft block at home or an item you can put on your feet and do these pulses, this is absolutely going to force you Yeah. To pay attention to your alignment so that you don't drop that item. Is it much harder with the block, Kels? Much harder, right? So I love using that block and we pulse up. And then alternatively, without the block, so if you're looking for something even a little more challenging, uh, bring the soles of the feet together and bend your knees, Supta Baddha Konasana, and try pulsing. Yeah, so that's going to add a whole nother layer of challenge. I find it much harder this way. What do you think, Kelly? So again, that's going to be for the abdominally advanced types out there. You can bring the soles of the feet together and make those a diamond between the legs. So that's pretty cool. And we will release that and stretch out nice and long. Breathe in and out. You guys want a couple more? That's what Saturday mornings are about, right? You have to experience a Friday night to understand what Saturday mornings are all about. Stretch out nice and long. Inhale. Let go with your ah. Couple more. Breathe in and breathe it out. Okay, here's your metronome. Bring your knees back up and bend them, and we'll have our calves parallel to the floor. And thighs are together. And then carefully dropping. Caitlin says, yes, please, more abs. So drop the knees to one side and gently back to center and to the other and back to center. So option to do this with bent knees or with straight legs. Kelly's mom says, why not? So Joan wants more abs too. This is called metronome. This is super hard. Keep your legs together, and I think it becomes a little easier. And you can see Kelly's not going all the way down with her legs. She is just going to the point that makes sense for her, to the one side, back to the middle, and the other, and controlling it firmly with her abdominal muscles. And we don't spend a lot of time in metronome. This is more explorative than anything else. It's a fantastic ab exercise. Good. And then bending our knees, give yourself a hug. Breathing in and out. Couple of real slow Pilates rolls up and down, so stretching out our legs and stretching out our arms. Lie out nice and long, breathe in that stretch, and just with your exhale, a slow Pilates roll up, so vertebra by vertebra lifting, and take your sweet time. Reaching for those feet, just a forward fold. Resting there. Okay, releasing your hands from feet and inhale, rising back up, vertebra by vertebra we reach, and slowly lowering back down into your stick pose. Let's take two more, as slowly as you can here. Focus on each muscle that's helping you rise. These muscles work for us 24/7. We don't even have to ask them. They just do the work. We think it and they do it. And some people think that going faster is easier and slowing it down is harder. I think that's true. Remember how fast our lives were before March. And now that we've slowed everything down, It's much harder, isn't it? Taking a boat position. Now we're not only going to slow it down, but we're going to kind of stagnate. Okay, so here we go, staying in a boat. First, we just create a boat. Legs up in the air is the traditional form. However, we are not all traditional people. If you want to place your toes on the floor, please do. If you'd like to place your hands behind you for support, please do. So many different ways to formulate a beautiful, strong boat. You can hold the backs of your thighs. You can straighten your legs or keep knees bent and float the arms to heart center or out to the sides or up above you. So please play with your boat. And it's pretty cool to really, again, we talked about the Hindu breath, the in spiritness of being in breath. Please inspire your postures, inspire your thoughts, inspire your lives by breathing. Two more breaths, students. This will wrap up your abs. So give it everything you have. Really, the nutrients are the breath. Okay, release down. Take a big long stretch. A big long super stretch. Big long super stretch. Wind removing pose. Please bend your right knee and interlace your fingers. Technically, we did this posture when we were standing and balancing. On our backs, it's even more pleasant. And there's a beautiful back exercise that I love to bring in. So for your lower back, to untweak it if it's feeling a little tweaked at times. I have to do this one daily. We bring our knee up above our hip. Our calf is parallel to the floor. And let's start on the right side. So that's a right knee that's up there. Then we drop it out to the right. We straighten the leg, rotate the leg in. Knee comes up, out, straighten the leg, rotate it in. So it's almost like you're making a leg circle. Let's see if the knee had a paintbrush on it. Yeah, that would be kind of making a circle in the sky. Is that nice for the lower back, Kelly? Okay. And let's switch legs, okay? So it's an awesome lower back exercise. Try to do that daily if you can. Another thing I've been doing lately is rolling my feet out while I'm sitting at the desk. So all of us, we're starting with wind removing pose on the left. All of us are at our desks constantly, right? Online, figuring out life. Take your shoe off and roll out the bottom of your foot on a tennis ball, or if you have our yoga tune-up balls, use those. Um, any sort of hardish ball under each foot. I've been doing it for like 20, 25 minutes a night on each foot, and that's kind of really helped me a lot. I hope you're taking long baths too. Very nurturing, very healthy. Put some salts in there, lavender, peppermint. Okay. So Kelly's doing the back exercise now on the left side. You might feel clicking at various places of your body. When I do this, I get a clicking in my shoulder, believe it or not. Okay. And then we'll take our legs on us, our thighs on our chest, and bend the knees and just give yourself a sweet old hug. Landing in our half pigeon position. I teach it on our backs, so that's what Kelly will demonstrate. Those yogis who are used to doing it the traditional way, please feel free to do that. But this is the way that I teach it. We'll bend our knees and bring our right ankle over our left thigh. And with the help of a block in your hands, you're going to push that right thigh away from you. So this is a really, really body-friendly half pigeon. Opening up the hips and gently decompressing the lower back without straining our necks or our shoulders. And please try that on the other side. Again, I'll mention we're coming out with an email likely this weekend or this week, just kind of outlining our plans for our phases of reopening. It won't happen May 18th. We won't be included in the businesses, first line of businesses that will be reopening, but perhaps in June. And you can take a look at the phases that we are putting together so you can know what to expect when you're back in our happy studio. Okay, from here, please, to just a pelvic tilt. So you'll place the soles of your feet on the floor and bend your knees. Pull your tailbone toward the back of your room and your pubic bone toward the front of your room. And please activate your lower core muscles, so your mula bandha, so your reproductive muscles, upper thighs, glutes, lower core. Just a gentle pelvic tilt. Option to take that into a bridge pose. If you're raising your bridge, you use the backs of your legs, those hamstrings that we stretch during those forward folds, during our downward facing dogs. Pressing into the feet to elevate the hips. Breathe. And carefully lowering down. Please take any position that perhaps I left out that your body's asking you for. Kelly's taking a supine twist. And if that position has two sides to it, please take both sides. You might like to take a waterfall, legs up in the air, legs are above the hips. Finding your place for your final Shavasana as we close out our class together. Let's see. Here we go. Breathe in and out. My sister had posted something on Instagram a few days ago. It's a quote by Jane Goodall, who, of course, is the beautiful, beautiful scientist who worked with primates her entire life and is still very active in her 80s. And she writes, this is Jane Goodall, there is still so much in the world worth fighting for. So much that is beautiful. So many wonderful people working to reverse the harm, to help alleviate the suffering. And so many young people dedicated to making this a better world, all conspiring to inspire us and to give us hope that it is not too late to turn things around if we all do our part. So that's Jane Goodall. And I also want to just say Happy Mother's Day to all of the women in the world. Daughters, sisters, aunts, mothers, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. Thanks for tuning in. Let's come into our seated position or stay lying down. We'll close out this beautiful Saturday morning with the single sound of Om again. Breathe in. Om. I celebrate the love in you that is one with the love in me. Namaste, beautiful people. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in, right, Kelly? We have Kelly tomorrow morning for our Sunday class at 9 a.m. I hope you're going to sing. That's like the highlight of my day is Kelly singing. We have Deba every Friday. We have Kelly Spencer every Monday. And just keep joining in, guys. We love you. And this is super fun. And this is our virtual studio. So right now, this is Mystic Fitness. Please write us, call us, text, comment, anything you want. Venmo, masks. We're all about everything. All right. Enjoy this gorgeous enjoy this gorgeous Saturday. The sun is out now. Namaste, everyone. Yep. Namaste.